Welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to talk about conducting a killer interview. So how do you conduct one? By the end of this video, you'll know how to do a really good interview. So first thing I say is always on video. You need to be able to see someone to build that rapport with them, and body language is super important. So do it on Skype, Facebook Messenger, Zoom, whatever works best for you. And Upwork also has a built-in Zoom function as well. Allow 45 minutes. Make sure they know the date and the time of the interview, obviously. What we would suggest you do if they are somewhere other than obviously the UK, which is quite likely, or the US, wherever you are, if there's a time difference, tell them the UK time or US time, wherever you are, and get them to work out their time. So you're not trying to be mean, you're not trying to catch them out, but it's just a bit of a little test, because if they can't work that out, then it's not really a very good sign, and maybe you don't want to employ them. They need to be able to do that. So work it out yourself first, because obviously you need to know what time it is there. You need to be respectful. You don't want to be inviting them to attend an interview at 3 a.m. their time, but then don't tell them and give them it in your time. So first thing I'd say is, they will be nervous, so bear that in mind. They'll turn up, say hello, introduce yourself, put them at ease, and then you'll get far more information out of them, and it will be a more productive interview. Be super friendly, be welcoming. It's nothing to worry about. Everyone's really nice. Just a bit of a chat to get to know you. There'll be no horrible questions, don't worry. So putting them at ease right from the beginning. Then beforehand, think about the structure of your interview, and then you can tell them that structure. So we're just going to find out a bit more about you, and then we can tell you about me or us, and then you can ask any questions. Does that sound okay? So start by getting them to talk. They need to do most of the talking. It's mainly about you finding out about them. So start the questions with things like why, where, talk me through, tell me about. Open questions and not closed questions that are going to get you yes or no answers. Get them to talk. How are you doing today? Tell me about yourself, and then be quiet and listen. Tell me about yourself, your life, what you do, your experience, what you've been up to recently in terms of work. All of that information will probably take about half an hour. Lots of open-ended questions. So you'll also might want to ask things that they're not negative, it's just you finding out. So things like, tell me why you decided to leave that job. Find out as much as you can, but don't make it feel like an interrogation. There might be things that you kind of want to drill down on a bit more, something maybe you're concerned about, and that's fine. You can go back to it. Can we just touch on this? Or can you tell me a bit more about X, Y, Z? If you ask a question and they don't know how to answer, or you can tell kind of they're not sure, but you do really want an answer, just give them time to think about it. Give them a chance to get their thoughts together. Don't be afraid of a silence. Get them to fill that silence, not you. You could maybe think about how you could rephrase it if you think maybe it's potentially that they haven't really understood the question rather than they don't know the answer. So that should be a good half an hour of the interview, really getting to know them. After all that, thanks for the information. Now let me tell you a bit more about me or us and what we're looking for. So tell them about you, about the job, what you're looking to achieve, and hoping that they can add to your business. But bear in mind that all the time when you're talking about this, they're thinking, what's in it for me? What's the benefits of working for you over someone else? And of course, there's the job role, but there's also things like setting out your stall, thinking about your competition, tell them the good points, so the benefits, working around commitments. Talk me through any commitments you have, can we chat a bit more about that? So to recap, welcome, tell them the structure, information with open questions about them, information about you and your business and the benefits and the selling points of your business too, or working for your business. And then, do you have any questions for me? So that's how we would recommend that you structure your interview. Remember to keep those questions open while trying to learn about them, and then sell yourself well at the end. Be honest, but think, tell them the positives, the benefits. So once they've asked all their questions, you can close the interview. Thank you for your time. It's lovely to meet you. We've got some more interviews to carry out, so we'll probably get back to you in a few days. Set those expectations on when you'll get back to them, because you don't want them kind of thinking, they're going to hear something that day if they're not going to. So set out those timelines and those expectations. Mention that you'll be doing second interviews, so they know that. You might have someone else with you. So say, next time I'll have this person with me. We just want to chat to you in more detail. So let them know that. Thank them for their time again, and then close the interview. One thing I would suggest, if you've got quite a few interviews in a short time period, is write notes after your interview. So what you liked, memorable things, how you felt about that person, just to jog your memory when you're coming to make a decision. So they are all the key points on how to conduct a killer interview and find a great team member. I'll see you in the next video.